All right, first Diamonds Development Mastermind group meeting. So excited. All right, my name is Latoya Garcia. I'm going to be just hosting this call, but I really want it to be about all of us, coming together to get to know each other. So Rick, I would love for you to share with us like where you're from, how long you've been in the business and what methods are you using right now to do your business?
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this. My name is Rick Hermes. I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Do this business with my wife, Tammy. Or yeah, I do this with I'm just I just along for the ride. I tell people she's the driving force behind us. But been in business for 14 years. It'll be in December, and we hit Pres Team in 2018, and that's where we are at currently. For our business, we have a number of nutrition clubs. So we use clubs and really focusing on wellness evaluations, profiles, whatever. But getting customers at home and buying the products for home use and getting good results and kind of getting back to in the last year or so, we've really focused on getting back to what I'll call the basics or the fundamentals of Herbalife that I feel like us and a number of people got away from through the nutrition club boom, we'll call it, for a stretch there that we took a part of. But yeah, we want to and having good success with that, and then really focusing on getting referrals through that and building up that as your foundation of your business. That's how we built our business. We started with a nutrition club, but I always tell people that Tammy I called her a bulldog. Her entire mission was to get customers and to get customers results and ask those customers for referrals. And she had a binder this thick of names that we ended up not even getting through all of them because she would get so many every time. And then for some reason, we just kind of let that. We always did that, but the organization kind of let that slow down a little bit. So we're kind of getting back into that mode as well again too, and seeing some decent momentum here in the last couple months. So that's us.
Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
You bet.
And so I do the business with my wife, Alba. So I'm gonna give her the mic. Share. What was the question? Oh, where you're from, and how long you've been in the business, and how are you running your business right now? Which demos?
Okay, awesome. Hi, Rick. My name is
Hi.
Alba. Like you heard, we've been doing this business for 14 years. Our DMOs consist of going out there, doing flyers. We do I want to say we do a booth. It's with we work a lot with the military, and then we do fit camps. Social media. But the thing that works for us the most is person to person. So we're solid on doing flyers, we're solid on doing fit camps, and we're solid on a booth that they allowed us to put up in the military once a week.
Oh, awesome.
But we do look for opportunities to set up booths and share our business and our opportunity. We have a big event once a month. That's kind of like our a big HOM. It's the Shape Up, where we bring the whole island together of people from the east, the west, the south, and we have a big workout, and they get to hear about the challengers and how they got results, and then the business opportunity. Um, and that's basically what we do here in Hawaii. Just
Awesome.
keep it light, fun, and exciting for our coaches and for ourselves.
I love it. Thank you so much, Alba, for sharing. What up, Kyle?
Hi, Kyle.
Mr. Kyle Kirby, let's get it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, friends. Sorry I'm a little late. We're just
Oh,
finishing up a club day here. Glad to be here.
yay. Okay. Okay. So what we're doing right now is we're just getting to know each other. So sharing, our name, where we're from, and how we're doing the business right now with like what DMOs, things like that. So, all right, Kyle, take it away. Or do you need a couple of minutes?
Nope. I just need to switch to my laptop. Here we go.
Okay.
Getting all organized. Hi, friends. Is it just us four on?
Yeah, this is huge. We're making
So
this
far, so
happen.
good.
All
Mastermind,
right.
mastermind.
All right, cool. I don't know if Beth is going to be able to jump on. I think I'm representing us both today. So, well, nice to meet everyone. I know I've met all of you already. But Kyle from Baraboo, Wisconsin. What was the main questions? How we're running business right now?
Yeah, how long have you been in the business and what DMOs are you using right now?
Got it. Okay, so I've been in business this September. Actually, this month will be 15 years we've been in business. So Beth and I started. Beth actually started at 17. So technically, we go by her date because she started a year before me, but it's like her distributorship. So 15 years our distributorships have been running. And let's see, main ways we're doing business right now: nutrition club and 6 week challenges. That's kind of our big things. Recently, our 6 week challenges have been out of control. That we've really tapped into something really cool. We do in-person challenges like at our nutrition club. We have like 2 class times per week, and people are getting for the first time in a long time, people are getting legit results. Like we've run challenges before, and it's great for retail and stuff. But I mean, I'm looking at our wall right now. We've got one person at 80 pounds, one at 60 pounds, two at 50, three at 40 pounds. Like people are they're getting good results and they're staying in. So this month marks 1 year of running the 6 week challenges. And it's just been a lot of fun. So that's where we're seeing the most growth. Nutrition Club is going okay. We're trying to figure out some things how to get our daily numbers higher. We're maybe just right at or slightly above, like kind of like that. We're paying the bills, we're doing okay, but it's not thriving. So we're kind of working on some stuff right now to kind of get the club out of control. But the challenges are going really well. So that's those are the two main ways we've been growing.
Awesome. I love it. And I could totally relate with the excitement of getting a lot more people with incredible results, right? When you see those before and afters and you're like, okay, this is evidence. I'm fulfilling my purpose. And that's exactly what I was just recently talking about. And I posted it on my social media yesterday. So just to share a little bit about myself, my name is Latoya Garcia from Las Cruces, New Mexico. We are in Enrique's organization, and so we are a club, you know, hardworking, just focused clubs, organization. And so we ran off of that energy to build our business for a long period of time. And we reached President's Team in 2011, 2021. Wait, 2021, 2011. Wow, okay. 2021. And we started the business in 2010. And we became President's Team in 2021. We did reach our 1 million Lifetime Achievement Award. And that's during COVID, right? So like how did we hit, President's Team during COVID was we really shifted into 21-day challenges online. And we led with that. We led the organization. We led the entire, not just ours, but like sidelines. We got together everybody to take this momentum, and everything was always no problem. We were still essential workers, right? So we were able to bring in still people from the nutrition club. But I thank God that we reached presidency. Like that was the most unbelievable experience of my life. But we did take our foot off the gas for sure. I don't know, I think we're just, making $18,000 a month, coming from single parents, living in housing and poverty to like making that type of income. Like I was like, we made it, and so we definitely right now our goal is to rebuild our check, like to get back to that 6%. I don't know if you guys are in that area. Are you guys receiving your 6%? No, okay. So like
Nope.
that's something super crucial for, all of us President's Team members to get back. Well, like we made it, right? We made it through COVID. We're still here. We're still like, this is the longevity, right? These are the President's Team members that are like really, for the mission of Herbalife, of Marque's, to put a Formula One canister on everybody's kitchen counter. And so we moved to Hawaii. 3 years ago. And at the beginning it was rough. We knew the menu. We just didn't know what which one to pick. And we tried to do as many as possible to see. And it was rough. It was there were tears, there was just confusion, and there was no flow. Because we are nutrition club babies, so we understand how to do all the DMOs in our nutrition club. And so, not being in one, it was like very confusing for us. But we really did take on the We Do transformations, 110%. We played, full out. Let's get it. And so, like we just embarked in that. Like we are fitness coaches, we are online coaches. I've never heard somebody call me a coach so many times these past years that I've been in We Do transformation. Like I am like a coach. And so I took on that, getting in the best shape of your life, and it's been incredible. It's been incredible. The flow is already there. But what I'm going to add into this, right? Kyle, were you in the first mastermind?
Like the last call or like the very first, like the group of calls?
The first group.
Yes, he
Yes, because I was
was
with
with
Rick.
us.
Yep, I was with Rick. Yep. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep, I was.
Okay, so that one was focusing on like your flow, right? What's your flow? And so I love that because I'm like, wow, We Do transformation already pretty much has us locked down on the flow. We got a great flow. But then it started saying like where do you add in the personalized program? Like that part. Like when do you add in what up, Rick?
Hey, how
When
you ladies doing?
Good, really good. And the personalized program part and then the referral part, right? That's where I was like, we need to really lock down on duplicating what we're doing because we've been doing this for so long, like it comes natural for us, but like how are we going to make it a cookie cutting, system? So now our new distributors here in Hawaii and anybody that signs up around the world with us, how can we like cookie cut that? I wouldn't say we're like on like point right now. It definitely is in the conversation and it's in the making, and we're figuring it out. But that's something that I want to go into here in a second. But first, I would love to hear from Rick. Rick, please share your name, where you're from, how long you've been in the business, and what DMOs are you using right now?
Hey,
Well,
hey,
you already
before
know
Rick,
my name.
hey,
What
Rick,
was that,
before you
Kyle?
go, yeah, could
Yeah.
I wanted to say something to Latoya's point because I think you said something that, and I think this is kind of the point of the mastermind a little bit. But I want to give you credit for something, and I don't know your business as well as I know Rick's, and I got to know Rick, the other Rick, the Ricks, in the last mastermind, but I know Rick Hermes pretty well. But what I one of the things that I like, you hear old adages in Herbalife, and a lot of times I hear people say, like, I took my foot off the gas. Now, maybe you did, but I also know you, and I know Rick, and I know Rick Redding, and I have a feeling you didn't take your foot off the gas. So I would give yourself credit there that, like, I think we all are dealing with a post pandemic world where our checks all did drop. I don't think that means any of us took our foot off the gas. And I think like I'm almost like offended because I think people assume that is. And I'm like, no, I've worked very, very hard. And some things have happened in business that I don't always have control over, but I do have control of getting it back up. So I just want to give you credit. Now, maybe you did take your foot off the grass. Maybe you just enjoyed Hawaii for a couple of years. But knowing you, I highly doubt that. So I think it's important to give us all credit that, like, I think the reason we all got to President's Team, and yeah, it could have been a little bit of a wave that got us there. We're all very grateful. I know Rick hit it. Rick, actually, both Ricks hit it a little bit before that wave. But I highly doubt you ever took your foot off the gas. So I give yourself and your team credit. Like, I think you guys have kept going. It's just the next wave's not quite here yet. And because we didn't keep our foot off the grass, like gas, like it's going to happen in this next wave too. So be encouraged by that. I know you guys are doing awesome.
I received
Agreed.
that, and I'm sure my wife will agree with you on how crazy I am about working. But go ahead, Rick.
Hey guys, I don't know how I got to be the other Rick. I'm the oldest one here. Come on, Kyle. What the hell? Um, I live in Michigan. I've been in the business for going on 18 years now. I take Kyle's point, but I did take my foot off the gas, but that's because I had an injury, and for the last 2.5 years, I really haven't been able to move much. So, I don't have a club anymore, and so I'm trying to figure out how to build from home with limited social interaction. I get out some, but not that much. Things are starting to get a little better. So I'm here mostly to listen, and I'm going to be multitasking a little bit because I've got things I've got to get done today. I'm cutting up uh, cardboard for my composting pile, but I'll be able to listen to you. Um, yeah, it's just I mean I'm taking care of some customers, but it's a struggle to get new ones when you don't have where I'm in a new city now and haven't been really doing much for a couple of years. So it's yeah, trying to listen to see something besides Nutrition Club, which is what most of the information coming out seems to be revolving around.
Rick, you're in the right spot at the right time. Let's get it. Let's
Hey,
go.
Rick, I am curious because so both Ricks we were in the mastermind, last mastermind together. I know you had said that in the previous mastermind, you were kind of trying to figure out some stuff. Have you nailed down anything? Is there anything that that has been working for you as far as like in the last 6 months? Like, hey, I've kind of targeted these couple things that are working.
No, I'm looking at a model that Carly Steffens, uh, well, new last name now, but Christy Winchell, her daughter. They're using that scale that Amber was using, but doing more of a company uh, uh, weight loss challenge thing using the scale. So they go out there 3 times, obviously in the beginning, and then at 6 weeks, and then at 12 weeks. Because if in Wisconsin, I have to research how the insurance works here because obviously each state can be different. There can be a lot of variations. But with the program that they have, if the numbers of their people improve, they save a crap ton. That's not the official word, but I don't know how good you guys are with cursing. Uh, they save a crap ton of money, and that's either their number one or number two expense is healthcare, with salary being the other one. So it's a real major deal for both the employee, the employer, and then so she charged a certain amount just to do it, and then I would actually run the challenge. I don't think she did in this case, but it was the first one they were doing, and she got people on product. But it's a way to get to a larger number of people at one time. So, like in my case, I only have so much energy that I can expend throughout the day before I'm done. And so if I'm going out to a place and doing it I'm working in bursts like that, that would work really well. Plus, I'm seeing a lot of people all at once. I used to love. I mean, I'm great at in-person weight loss challenges. I don't want to do this in person. It's online, but you are out there 3 times, so you're getting to know people a little bit. But that looks really interesting to me. If I'm waiting for the end result of their first one. They're done. We just haven't hooked up yet to go over it. But to me, that looks like a real strong possibility for a work at home thing. And then it works for duplication because I can take somebody new with me and teach them how to do it, not turn them over to the weight loss challenge part of it until they show me that they understand how to actually do it well, because all I need is one that does well and they save a bunch of money, and then I can go to any HR department and say, hey, we saved these guys 30 grand on their health insurance. Is that something you're interested in for 5,000? And maybe you support your people with some products. You know, give them some incentive. So that to me looks really interesting. But that's the only thing that I'm really seeing right now that is hitting. And I wasn't able to go to Extravaganza. My first event that I'm going to attempt is going to be this next one in Chicago, because they haven't been able to do all the steps and everything that's required. So I don't have the protocol. I'm not doing that yet, so I don't know what things that might bring.
Thank you so much, Rick, for sharing with us. I just want to let you know that I understand I don't know exactly what kind of injury you have or, what you're going through, but since I have moved here to Hawaii, I haven't been able to walk. I had to have surgery on both my feet. And for 6 months I was able to walk this year, but I just recently re-injured one of them. 'Cause, I love to be on my feet. And so and right now we are utilizing we do transformations and Instagram. We're utilizing fit camps, satellite club in our fit camp, and doing sampling. So, you got this. And I'm a nutrition club baby, so it was very challenging for me to start the business not in a
Poor
nutrition.
Alba must have to do all the work if you can't walk and you're doing fit camps. I'm just saying.
Well,
She's the brains for sure.
well, you
On that point, I've always been curious, and either one of you ladies can answer this. I've always been curious how business is in Hawaii. Like, obviously, you have like decent population still, but you have smaller islands. And so, like, I don't know. I've always been curious. Do you feel limited to how many people you can help, or is it the same as like in Wisconsin, or I just you go one city at a time? I'm always curious how you guys are doing that in Hawaii.
want to share?
How like our DMOs, is that what you're referring to? How we're
I don't know.
doing
I just
business?
like it's
Okay.
similar to like how much growth you see out of Puerto Rico. I'm like, it's such a small island. Like, how do they keep growing so much? But there's new press all the time. I'm just like my sister lives in Hawaii right now. She's a teacher down there. And I know she talks about just like, I mean, the I don't know, sometimes the lack of things that there are. I don't know. Do you guys find that? Does it feel like a small population, or does it still feel like there's plenty of people to help?
Well, on the island of Oahu, if we're going to talk numbers, there's about 1 million people that live here, and then not even counting how many people come in and off the island because of the tourism. So opportunity is always available. I can see where you're coming from, but the idea and the thought is to work with those that want to work. And honestly, myself and my wife can only take care of properly a certain amount of people. So we need coaches, coaches that can expand and help other people, right? And that's the name of the game for us, basically. So there's a lot of business to be we haven't even touched. Like I believe that because we work a lot with the military, we're not just working locally now, but it's starting to spread globally, right? They take the business with them, they expand their business where they're going. And also there's so many different types of people, like not, I don't want to say types, forgive me. There's so many like walks of life, right? Like we have a big Caribbean crew that we're able to open up our business to. We have people who are from different countries. It's really interesting, Hawaii, how everybody just comes. It's a big melting pot, like a really big melting pot. And we do work a lot more with the military because locally, we're building rapport and we're building trust with the people in the community. And that's a big market, big market. But first we have to build the trust and the rapport. And it's people are starting to open up and see that we are. One of the biggest things that we were told when we got here was that local people have a hard time trusting because they've seen it over and over where people from the main island come and they can't hack it. To live here in Hawaii, it's a lifestyle change. Like you literally have to focus. We're one of the highest market, like our price range of living is high. So your intention of living here, you have to find peace with it. You have to just grow. And I'm not saying it's different anywhere else, but it's just different living at that price range, right? And people here who are local work 3 jobs and have a career and have a side gig. So it's as soon as and it's happening. We're building it. So there's to answer your question, there's lots of business. It's just about being more out in the community, building rapport through social media. I think social media is one of the fastest ways to get in people's faces, but to actually build trust, to be out in the community when they see you, they get to know they feel like they know you already because you've been on social media. And that's now we don't really get our business from social media. We're starting to, but it's more on like a when we're out there in the public, people are like, "Oh, I've seen you." Like it's that. So and there's just so many. Like business is big. It's gonna be big.
Yes, I believe it's like any going to any new place. You just got to find the opportunities, and we got a lot of clients through our fit camps, and we happen to have a lady that's a position called major. I didn't understand the army much, but major, she looks over thousands and thousands of soldiers, and she's the one that got us into the gym to do sampling. And so that's like boosted up our volume a lot more. So we're getting like 10 new clients every single month. You know, we're averaging 15 challengers in the We Do transformation. Our average volume is 5,000. And you know, we're now it's about the duplication process. And we're averaging about 10 new distributor, 12, well, right, we have 10 new, but 12 in a year. So at least one a month. But our goal is definitely more than that, right? We need more than that because we're getting at least one that's a distributor out of the coaches because a lot of them are just like in it to have fun. But there's at least we have a brand new two new brand new supervisors, you know, and so it's just this is why I wanted this mastermind. And I wanted to take full advantage. I believe in Stefan Graziani's vision of a mastermind. You know, I've read the book, right? Think and Grow Rich. I understand the concept of mastermind and what we can do together here. So I really want to go into like our intentions. You know, so many people in the group, I was like, this is just like I felt like it was a diamond field and nobody's tapping into it. I was like, we got to do this. We got to get together and we got to utilize this that that we have in front of us. So I just want to know like the intention. Like I just want to make it kind of quick because we have about like 20 more minutes. Like what are your guys' intentions? Like are you wanting to what's your intention for meeting right now? And what are you wanting from it? What do you want to get from this? And are you willing to meet like what once a week, you know, twice a month? Because I really want to get the ball rolling on the homework that he's helping us with. You know what I mean? Right now, it looks like it's more focusing on referrals, the program, you know, in the flow of of referrals, and I'm not 100% the best at that, and I want to be. But I really want to know like what brought you here today, like, and what's your commitment level to this, and does this time work for you? Go ahead, Rick. Rick H.
The other Rick, the younger Rick, apparently. um, my intention is I think it's a great idea to get with great minds, learn best practices, talk through what we're doing. Um, we're pretty strong in referrals, so I look forward to those conversations. Something we've recommitted to this year and are starting to see some good growth on that. Just it's just interesting to me that referrals make people feel like they want to throw up, but we're working through that with our team because it just scares them to death to just ask somebody. So we've got some stuff in our flow that is helping with that. I commit to not being too busy and make this a priority. I do. I know that's hard. Well, hard for me. This time does work. Tuesdays are my jam day. I got a 2:15 that I get done at. Made her get off at 3:50 or 2:55. I jump on here. I got a 4 o'clock. So we're, I got, and then I got my team meeting. So I always go back and forth, but I feel like Tuesday, just load it up and spend the whole afternoon meeting and whole evening meeting, then might free up some other time. So, as far as frequency, what I'm open to discussion, whatever we feel is useful, but I'm hoping as a mastermind group, because one thing Tammy and I have really been noticing in the last we've got a line down line a bit on fire with some new people with some great attitudes, and we're noticing things culturally that I think are important that so I know it's not a specific DMO or program or thing, but what I'm really feeling like we're noticing and learning is the importance without getting into it in this meeting, but just culturally, their excitement level and why they're doing the business and what network marketing is. I would love conversations around that with a group like this also, because I think we can, because Tammy and I are talking like, how do we draw this out of the team? How do you teach this? I know you create the culture and, I've read the book Good to Great. That's one I really like. The gap in the gain, I think is good for culture, just different things. But I would love that type of conversations from this group as well. So yes, practical DMO, we're doing 21-day challenges, Kyle. I know you do 6 weeks, and we can certainly pick up things there. Talking through referrals right now, like I said, I feel good about what we do with referrals. So I'm happy to share and talk through that. But then, because I think everything works and anything works. And I do think that 1 degree click to get the check, we hit a check and then miss a few. We can't do 3 in a row, so we don't get our bonus because we'll get one and then miss 4 in a row and then get one. It's just weird. But just I think as we're noticing this group on fire again, and it's people in their 20s. I almost called them kids. We got a group of kids in their low 20s, and they have so bought into the duplication presentation and working together for the bigger mission. It's unbelievable. And their sponsor was immediately 1% in a month from adding these people to the team. It's been crazy. So little things like that also. And I'm going to be quiet because I talked the last 15 minutes here about this culture thing. So that's my intention, commitment level. Hopefully I answered everything for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Rick, the older one. The older one.
Token old guy here. So this was my last doing anything with the mastermind if something doesn't come from it, because well, both Rick and Kyle know from the last one I kept trying to get stuff going. We had a couple of meetings and I just found it to be I don't want to say a waste of time, because in our couple of meetings there was actually some value, but the rest of it just hasn't been there. And as soon as the new group formed, I tried to do what you did. Obviously, you did it better because you actually got people on. And if it's going to be something where we're actually working towards making progress, great. Then I'm in, because I need to build some more stuff. I need my personal business built up. I've got 2 diamond lines. I've got a decent check. It's not, I'm not collecting at where I'm at my pres team level anymore, because I did come in on that wave. And then I mean, I was 500 points short of 15K, and it dropped. But whatever, that's what happened in the culture around here. There is some growth happening in the lines that don't really need me, because they've already hit whatever success. So if I can get with some people and it's not going to be all club, I mean, and I don't mind talking about clubs. I love clubs. I'm not ever going to do that again unless it's as an investor. But yeah, if we're going to actually work and do some stuff, then I'm open, and this time is not a bad time for me. So
Thank you so much, Rick. Kyle?
Yeah, I'd echo everything Rick H said, as far as just like, yeah, time works. I do feel like, and I think both Ricks, like, I think the last 2 calls, it was just us 3 on there, And so I think there, to Rick Redding's point, like, there's a little frustration where it's like, it it definitely, the mastermind can go lower on my list, where I'm like, well, if everybody else isn't taking it seriously, like, I don't want to invest too much time and effort into this. That being said, I have found enormous value from it. I'm always searching for answers. I think something about myself and my wife is we're very coachable. So, like, I'm always asking questions, trying to figure stuff out. And, like, I mean, it was this mastermind that was a pivotal part of how we've done a referral system. So we were chatting in the last mastermind how Beth and I mean, we got to Pres without much referrals at all. Like, it was all like just all frontline, just a lot of work in that regard. And since then, and like hearing Rick H talk about like their entire business was built on that, we've implemented stuff and we've been rolling that out for, I mean, I guess probably 9 months or so. And it's really starting to take off. Like, people, it feels easy right now. Not only are people getting tons of challengers, but like distributors are coming very easily from that. And a lot of that came from the mastermind. So I'm one, like, I mean, within this last week, I've had Zooms with 3 different presidents team lines, just asking what they're doing, how we can learn. So I think my intention is getting more of that because it's extremely valuable. Like one little nugget, one little thing that someone says, it's like, okay, I can take that and run. So the more we meet, the better. And I'll be on as many calls as I can.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Would you guys be willing to meet 1 hour earlier than you did today on next Tuesday?
I should be able to. Yeah. I
would
can make it
just
work.
have to ask. I have a standing meeting at 2:15 with my Mill 75 right now. So I would just have to ask her if she could switch to 3 o'clock and then I could do the 2 o'clock at my time.
Okay. Well,
I'm guessing she'll say yes, but yeah, obviously I want to ask her before I commit for sure, but
okay. I just want to double check because it was 50-50 whenever we were deciding on what time works best. The ones that did say they could meet at this time, some of them are not here. So I just wanted to see,
yeah. This one's perfect for me because I do have a 2 and a 4
Okay.
standing meeting on Tuesday. So I literally can go 2, 3,
Okay.
4 and I'm perfect.
Okay. Got it.
Or 9, 10, 11 for you.
So let's just keep it this time for right now. Let's just keep it solid, whatever time you guys showed up, because I know you guys are you all three in the same time zone? Central Standard
I
Time?
think Rick is in
Nope.
Eastern.
Rick is Eastern, and then you are
Kyle and I are the same. Yes.
okay, got it. Central Standard Time.
Yep.
Okay.
That's not fair. Everybody has a partner in their time zone. I'm by them myself.
Well, you gotta bring somebody in, man. Hopefully somebody
What
will come
what
in.
time is it in Hawaii right now?
It is 10:40 a.m.
Oh, geez. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
they're early.
So yeah, we've been having, but there's a couple challenges that we have living here in Hawaii, but we've been definitely doing very well, I believe. And it's just gonna get better. And I just really I believe that what, like once again, I'm just gonna say it with Stefan's vision of what this mastermind is doing, he's on it. I don't know if you've heard, this the secret of success. I'm pretty sure you guys heard of, it's always about the mastermind group, is like that's the key to creating even more possibilities. And so next Tuesday we'll meet same time. And then who was on the call with Eric Worre with the when he was talking about the referral system, the last call? Can I share my attention? Okay, yeah. So sorry. Okay, I'm gonna pass the mic to my wifey.
I know we're married, but I have a voice. So definitely my intention out of the mastermind is first of all accountability, because being out here, I can get kind of distracted with my own work and just call it work, and it's actually busy work. These calls always remind me of the intention of what Herbalife is about, recruiting and creating a system that is doable for our distributors. I love hearing what y'all do, because it's just refreshing to know like anything works if you work it, right? It doesn't matter what it is, like it works. Nutrition Club, 6-week challenges, online, whatever you choose, it's going to work if you work it. If you believe in it and you put in the work, it's going to happen. So just being on this call is just really like I don't know, it's just really refreshing to me to be around leaders. I do believe in like surrounding yourself with people who are up to something, that are up to something big. And I think that we all pretty much locked in because we're on the call, we're in the mastermind, we said yes, we checked the box. And no matter like where we're at, because I'm not always on a high or excited or, ready to go. But when we stick together and we just hear each other's visions and goals and what we're up to, and real numbers, right? Facts that show that this works, the multi-level marketing, networking, what are we doing with that? It does something. It does something for me, and I hope it does something for you guys to hear how we're all moving in different parts of the world, but we're moving and we're creating something big, and that we're part of this movement that Herbalife has moving forward. They do believe in we are going to take over in the future. And I want us all to take on that mindset that we are part of that taking over it when it comes to health and nutrition and coaching in the future, and to just hold on and to just keep going because we all have something to give. I know that's why Stefan Graziani created this, because he knows that we all have something amazing because we are where we are because of that. And that we all needed a space and a voice, and there it would take him forever just to sit down and pick each and every one of our brains. But the only way that we're going to be able to share that is individually here, and just believe and create and keep creating over and over and over until we see what the vision that we have in our minds into reality. So I'm excited. I really am excited to work with y'all. I will be here on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. my time. But definitely I'm locked in for this.
Let's go.
I have a
I
question.
love it.
I
I
have a
love it.
question.
So,
I have a,
with it's just really helping out when it comes. Rick, did you say anything? Oh no, he's
yeah, I said I have a question about next week. What is our focus going to be? Are we going to do some prep individually to come and have a purpose for the next one, or are we going to determine what we're doing next week? This was just an intro, and then we go from there. I was just wondering.
Well, I would like to do it as a whole, what we want to focus on for next one. It's definitely rolling into referrals, because right now the introduction with what we're up to here is taking a little bit longer than expected. But I do want to go into referrals. I do want to go into what we're going to be going over for the homework. So that's the next thing that I'm gonna mention. So, but you guys can let me know if that's something that you want to focus on. And I love the culture talk as well. Um, so that those will be the focuses. Culture and referral program.
Okay.
Sound
Well,
Do,
referrals is easy.
do we have time? I don't know what, like, is this supposed to go till 4?
we have about 14 more minutes.
Cool. Do we have time for a question? Was there anything else major on the agenda? I had a personal question I was going to ask if there's time for that.
Yeah, let me just finish what's on this list really quick, and then
You're
we'll
good.
open it back up. Um, okay, so right now, we're just mentioning about the call with Eric Worre. Kyle, you watched it, right? The last call. Rick H, did you watch it? Rick R? No?
Nope.
Okay. I did put the link in there. It's in the Herbalife Learn, but the link is in the chat if you want to watch it. I didn't I did take notes, but the only thing, these are the questions that for our homework, because our homework is due September 20th. Let me double check. September 22nd. Our homework is due September 22nd. So we do need to do the survey to let them know what we think about what's going on with the mastermind. I did ask that we needed help. But I was like, do never throw me in AI. Throws me off. But I wanted my real regional manager, but or corporate. But anywho, that was me. And so the questions are, how are you currently adding customers? How can you increase the number of orders per customer? How can you increase the average order per customer? Choose one strategy from this training and test it. So I need to look over the strategies because I have an idea of what he was talking about, those strategies, but I might have already implemented it, but I just need to double check. And if it's tested well, systemize it and select the next strategy. Okay, so that's the homework. And has anybody done any of that yet? The homework. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're going to be. I would like to go over next Tuesday, just so we can, because we still have time to get the homework done. But I feel like if we start to like work on it, we won't have to do it like last minute. And then I think that's it. So yeah, I would love to open this up for any questions. What you guys like to talk about right now? Kyle, go ahead.
Well, this is, it was actually you, Latoya. You mentioned this in the beginning, and this has been on my mind a lot recently. As you know, one of the things we're reflecting on, we had the opportunity to chat with another President's team member last night, and was just chatting about like frontline recruiting. And I think this is always tends to be maybe a debate in our household over, I don't know, maybe quantity versus quality of frontline distributors. But I was curious because you guys all sound like you're somewhat similar business as we have right now. Um, what would you guys consider like if someone was like doing good at frontline recruiting, killing it at frontline recruiting, and not doing enough? Like, what would those metrics be? You know, like if someone was bringing in, like you had mentioned, like 12 distributors in a year, is that great? Is that good? Is that not enough? Obviously, it kind of depends on the system, but I was just curious to hear some of your guys' insights. What you'd consider like if I'm going to go recollect my check and hit 15K, how many frontline recruits do I need to be bringing in? If anyone has
More,
any answers to
I
that.
I would.
more than that,
Yeah, I
More
because
than
would.
that.
Mhm.
a good deal more than that. I mean, Mark taught getting 10 distributors a month, and two of them were going to go to supervisor, right?
Mhm.
So if
So,
that now 10 a month for distributors back then, they were some of those were just wholesale customers, right? So there's
mhm.
you got to take that with a little bit of, but the vast majority of the people that you bring in are going to quit, right? So I mean, I can't even think of all the number of people that I sponsored that to turn into two Pres team lines, and then for those to go three or four, I don't even know how deep in Pres team the one line is. Um, it's just it takes a lot, and we've kind of gotten away from that with nutrition clubs. Um, and I don't really, I think I understand why, but I don't understand why more people don't take advantage of what the nutrition club could offer. I was always good at referrals because I took Mark seriously and took it a step beyond, because he said take a supervisor and make them 6 levels deep, and what he meant was 6 active supervisors deep, and then you've got something. And so I took mine on to be, I want 6 tab team deep, and then
Mhm.
I know I have a solid line. So my one line is, I don't know, I can't even see it all anymore, obviously. So I don't even know how many deep it is, but it's got to be somewhere between 12 and 15 tab team deep. Half those people go away. It doesn't affect me negatively in the slightest, right? So for me, referrals has always been the number one thing, because you don't make your real money on your frontline customers and your frontline distributors. You make your real money when you're getting people to understand the concept of, you get 3, you eat for free, and then you expand it from then or from there. I don't know. That's my thought on it.
Kyle, I can give a little more exact what we use in our flow, our system. This actually comes from Kurt, and it's interesting. Rick mentioned the 10, because when we started, Kurt and Cindy, I guess I should check. Kurt and Cindy O'Connell are our sponsors, and what Tammy and we would just chant 10, 10, 2. That's how Kurt started us. Just 10, 10, 2. 10,000 volume points, 10 IDs, 2 supervisors. Now, I think that's evolved a little bit with our business and how we call people, Kyle. So in our process, when you say somebody, what I would consider a distributor or a supervisor killing it, would be to average 2 distributors a month. Now, and out of those 10 IDs back in the day, 2 would become supervisor. I feel like we're pretty good now. We're about 50%. So if we get distributors, we're pretty solid, especially with the 2,000 points and now expanding it over 3 months. We're pretty solid on the distributor becoming supervisor. Now it's focusing on, and that's where we use referrals like crazy. And how we built our business was, Kyle, you give me 10 referrals, that's an immediate distributor conversation, because I know that a number of them are going to purchase. You've already got customers without even realize, that's the whole, we can talk about that next week, how we utilize in our business. But that, to give you a metric number in our process, and this goes back to Kurt O'Connell, would be average 2 a month. And again, over time, right? You got part of it's we got to be patient, patience and persistence, right? Average that over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, and map that out once, factoring in the fall off, but map that out over 2 years once and see what happens. It's crazy because then now you get into that duplication presentation of if I get 2 distributors a month, if half of them becomes new supervisors, I got 12 new supervisors in a year. If they are all shooting for 2 distributors a month, maybe half of them, you know what I mean? Start mapping out 50% and 50%, it gets pretty big pretty fast. And by fast, I mean over a couple years, right? I mean, that's what I think some of the conversation has to be is patience and persistence. As humans, we don't like those two words, I don't think. I want to be 20K tomorrow, next month. Why can't I be 20K next month? What's going on?
Well, and honestly, I appreciate it. And I'd love to hear what you ladies say too. But to me, that seems pretty good. Like mine would have been probably, I would have said three. Like three's killing it, two is very solid. But like I think sometimes this is where the debate. I think Beth is like we got to be bringing in 10 new distributors a month. Like, and I'm just like, honey, we've never done that. Like, we've never brought on 10, and we've done okay. But then I wonder, I'm like, am I just like slowing myself down? Do I need to figure out a plan? Because I feel pretty confident I can bring in 2 to 3 a month. I have not been, just full transparency. But it's like I can do that if I put some things in place. But that seems a lot more doable than 10 a month. So I don't know. I'd love to hear from you ladies, maybe
Well,
what
think
you
about it,
guys,
Kyle.
your philosophy is.
They don't say they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. 7 apples on Sunday doesn't count.
Yep, true, true, true. Well, and I like your insight because I'd say the same thing for us. Like, I think we're really good in our process. Like, if someone becomes a distributor, not even 50% of the time, 80, 90% of the time, they're hitting supervisor. It is rare if someone's going to commit to being a distributor, they become supervisor. So, and we're working on a lot of that. We're calling it like our double plan, which is just a rebranding of like Dan Waldron's two gets two. And we're really talking about that in a lot of the org. It's like, hey, 2.5 get in your first year because you got two. That's 14 distributors, 2,500. And so but as we were debating, I'm like, okay, is 2 distributors a month a solid way? Like, is that good growth or am I hindering my team? So I appreciate your insight there.
I honestly feel it's about your ratio on how fast your distributors, how many new distributors switch over to supervisor. Like it's about like your duplication process. I think that's the bottom line. If your duplication process is on point and you can help this distributor, you have a flow that will get them to supervisor. Obviously, two would be great. Right now our flow is not solid to build a supervisor. It's taking about a year to build a supervisor. They're doing it in a year. So that's not like a fast building royalty building game here. And so for me, like the way that I am duplicating a supervisor, like for me in my mind, the way my business is running, I would need like 5 to have like a solid 2 new supervisors, like to feel like I would get a good 2 supervisors out of that. That's what I believe from my ratio right now. From my ratio, that's what would happen. But that's me and how we're running the business. But I feel now that we have referral kings on here that we may be able to make this a little bit quicker.
Can
So
I add a comment to your situation there?
yes.
So to me, it sounds like you're good at getting distributors.
Yes.
And what really might need the most work is your customer acquisition system, because there is no supervisor if they can't find customers. And I think that's where if people are in a club, shoot, you're going to be supervisor that month if it's a busy club, right? That's easy. If you don't have a club, the acquisition of customers outside the club where I think that's our biggest Achilles heel. Because if you go through BizWorks and you look at all the people who are not in clubs who are on your list, that's our biggest potential for growth, but they're not getting what they need to move forward and feel comfortable and competent in being able to do that. At least that's my take on it. Yeah, your mileage may vary.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm excited.
Hey, friends, I don't mean to jump off my weigh-in. My 4 o'clock weigh-in is here, so I do have to leave. I do appreciate your
All right,
answers, and I look
let's
forward
take
to
a
seeing you guys
picture.
next week.
Quick, hold
Take
on, Kyle. Quick pick.
All right, real quick. 1, 2, and cheese. All right, guys, please post in some nuggets on referrals in the chat for me. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.